Hi everyone, this is Koinzell here. So today we have Xingqiu versus Yelan. So I'll quickly talk about the rotation, the energy, and the ER requirements, which honestly speaking, is not new. Xingqiu is a character that has been around since day one. So I'll just quickly go through these two sessions so that you guys know how I do my math based on what basis. The interesting stuff will be the comparison of C6 XQ Sacrificial Sword versus C0 Yelan with a Sacrificial Bow as well. And I will do a C1 Yelan with a Slingshot versus C6 XQ with a Sacrificial Sword. I actually don't think that C0 C6 is that fair. But there are other factors to it, so I'll talk more about that later. C1 Yelan with Slingshot versus C6 XQ PJC. Okay, in case you don't agree with this, I give you a 5-star weapon. Okay, I'll throw you a 5-star weapon for Xingqiu for the sake of the comparison. Then a quick TLDR and the Yelan video series. So this is going to be a very fast video because it's just some straightforward comparison really. Okay, it will definitely be shorter than doing a new rotation for a character that has not been released yet. Okay, so Xingqiu very straightforward because you are having C6 Xingqiu, so you should use the E after the Q for the C4 effect, the 1.5 bonus. So Q, E, N1, E, N1. Okay, Kazuha Q, Amber Q, Kazuha E, N1, Hutahan. Very straightforward, and it is really about 20.5 seconds. Now, energy in rotation, just so that you guys can see more of the other characters, like Kazuha, you still need 180 ER here. Xingqiu is 181.3 because that's the lowest with 4 emblem plus Sacrificial Sword. That is the lowest ER that you can get, assuming you get 0 ER substats. So this is the energy. We have more than enough because, like I said, this is the lowest ER that you can get. So that's also the reason why I wanted to have a look with PJC, how it fares. Okay, now let's talk about the interesting stuff. C6 XQ Sacrificial Sword versus C0 Yelan Sacrificial Bow. So both of them are using sacrificial weapons. And whenever you see a C6 is Xingqiu, C0 is Yelan. Okay? See the damage here? As well as 4 emblem. This is the percentage difference. So basically, when both of them, both C6 Xingqiu and C0 Yelan is using a 4-piece emblem, Yelan is, and both of them using sacrificial weapons, Yelan is 39 to 45% better than C6 Xingqiu in terms of DPS, as you can see here. And bear in mind, this has not factored in her A4 passive boost to Hutao as well, which will further increase your overall team TPS. This is just Yelan versus Xingqiu. I've not even considered the A4 bonus on Hutao. So it's looking pretty good, right? 39 to 45% better than C6 Xingqiu, and Xingqiu, before I say it's like 5-star and 4-star, remember Xingqiu is one of the best 5 stars. One of the best 4 stars. Okay? So if you need to, you can refer to the damage figures here, the rotation etc. have been factored in. Now, let me talk about C1 Yelan with Slingshot versus C6 Sacrificial Sword. Firstly, while C6 Xingqiu can be slowly obtained over time, and while you're pulling for other 5-star where he's also in the banner rear up, if you really think about it, the actual number of average pulls that you need is definitely sufficient to get C1 with 5-star, or even more. So that's why I wanted to compare C1 as well. So for reference, right, I got 4 Zone Lees while trying to get C6 Razor. The video is still on my YouTube channel. You can check that out, man. And that was shortly after I started Genshin. That was when my Razor was my main. Can you imagine? In order to get a C6 4-star, I actually ended up getting 4 5-stars. And I think I lost 50-51, so total 5 5-stars. That's why every time when someone says compare C0 versus C6, I don't feel like it's exactly accurate. Although I understand the whole thing about, like, you know, gradually getting the constellations for 4-star over time across banners. Definitely I understand that. But nevertheless, let me give you guys a view of C1 Yelan with a Slingshot, which is a 3-star weapon, versus C6 Xingqiu with a Sacrificial Sword. Okay? Now, Slingshot may not be the best F2P weapon. I'm just using it here for easy comparison. And why are we not using Sacrificial? Because with C1 Yelan, you no longer need Sacrificial. You can go for more damage for your Yelan. Remember, Slingshot may not be the best F2P weapon. I'm just using it here first for easy comparison. There are a lot of options for her since base attack doesn't matter for her. Okay, now let's look at the figures. Naturally, with both of them using 4 emblem, C1 Yelan is performing even better than with C0 with Sacrificial Bow. It's 45 to 51% better than C6 XQ Sacrificial in terms of DPS. It's not a huge difference per se, but it's definitely more. But don't use this to judge how much C0 to C1 is for Yelan. I'll do a separate video for that. But I hope you guys can see my reasoning, why I say that sometimes C0 C6 is not exactly accurate. Especially if, imagine you are a new player, okay? Imagine you're a new player, and let's say Xingqiu is on Yelan's banner. I can assure you that you may get more than C1 Yelan when trying to get a C6 Xingqiu. Let's say you decide to go all out, you're a new player, you spend some money, you decide to go out and pull on the Yelan banner. It's a high chance that you get even higher than C1 Yelan before you get a C6 Xingqiu. Although I understand that, you know, 4-star characters can be slowly obtained over time across banners, but yeah, I just wanted to provide the view of a C0 versus C0, C0 Yelan versus C6 and a C1 Yelan versus C6. Now, I know some people may disagree with this. It's fine. I'm not here to do a debate on this. I'll throw you a 5-star weapon for Xingqiu. Okay, we do C6 Xingqiu with PJC versus C1 Yelan with Slingshot. So that's pretty fair, right? You have a 5-star weapon here that may take even more pulls than a C1 Yelan along with the C6 Xingqiu. More or less overall. So look at the damage here. Obviously, PJC gives C6 Xingqiu more damage, and you can really only use PJC starting from C6 Xingqiu. Before C6 Xingqiu, you're still better off with Sacrificial Sword. But if you use PJC and your Xingqiu is really heavily invested, your stats are good stats. Please don't use terrible stats to compare. Yelan is, I mean, obviously Yelan will still be better, but it's 21 to 22% better. So it's not as big as the rest of the comparisons here, the margin of comparison. So C1 Yelan with Slingshot, 21 to 22% better than C6 Xingqiu with PJC. And with that, that's the comparison that I have for you guys. I hope you guys can see. Even though I say that Yelan's damage at C0 is with Aqua is borderline bad, that's in terms of measuring her amongst the 5 stars, the top tier 5 stars. At least tier A 5 stars. But if compared to a 4-star, she's still gonna do better. Okay. The TLDR is here, very straightforward. C0 Yelan, even with a Sacrificial weapon, is still 39 to 45% better than C6 Xingqiu with Sacrificial Sword as well. C1 Yelan with Slingshot, 45 to 51% better than C6 Xingqiu Sacrificial. C1 Yelan with R5 Slingshot is 21 to 22% better than C6 Xingqiu with R1 PJC. I mean, it's straightforward stuff, okay? Yelan will do more damage than Xingqiu. It's as simple as that. Whether or not you think it's worthwhile is very simple, okay? How invested are you? How heavily invested is your Xingqiu now? Even if he is, right? Even if he is, if you have equally decent artifacts for Yelan ready, your Yelan is going to give you a 39 to 45% better DPS just from her DPS alone. I have not talked about the Plothole, if the A4 passive damage to Plothole or to Yoimiya or to whoever you want to use her with. Because with the 1.5U, even it's possible that she may even allow Klee to vaporize consistently. But I don't want to go there because that is still very subject to change. That's one thing. And when it comes to like the elemental application, the gauge units, I think it's better to wait until Yelan goes live. But assuming that she does give you 1.5U instead of 1.0U, it's really good. Okay. Of course, Xingqiu has the additional application from his the swords that are swirling around him as well. But that doesn't help Yoimiya, that helps Hu Tao. So bear that in mind. So is Yelan worth pulling? I'll say yes for VV Vape because all of these figures here, remember this is for VV Vape. And most likely Geo Vape as well. Basically, any comms where you have very limited energy generation instances, the same type of comparison will more or less apply. And like I say again and again, A4 passive has not even been factored in here. If factor that in, this is going to be even better. Anyway, if Xingqiu is on Yelan's banner and your Xingqiu is not C6 yet, all the more reason to pull for the banner. Okay? Okay, that's the end of my video. Like I said, this is a fast one. Okay, so we have completed VV Vape. The 2 videos I wanted to do about VV Vape is done. I will do Nitaser next. I may look at Overweight Hypercarry as well, or some variant of it. And what else? We want to do HP comparison, right? Full HP versus crit. Not sure why this was not saved from the previous one. So full HP versus crit as well. And I'll definitely check in the comments once I have the time. Once I finish all these videos that I initially want to do, I'll check in the comments to see what you guys have suggested as well. So let me know in the comments, and better yet, join me over at Twitch where I answer almost every question there, and I definitely can talk about you will definitely catch my attention in terms of the specific type of build or map that you are looking for. Okay, so join me. This is the link, and the link is in the description as well. I hope this content has been helpful to you guys. If you like the content, remember the video and click subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.